Hey, you guys, it's your girl Aquila coming straight at you from Diva-Villege. My mind, my thoughts. Tonight's show is being sponsored by Dream Rental Center. I get this all mixed up. I need for you guys to reach out to my girl, Alyssa Monique. She's in Jersey. Dream Rental. Check it out. She does birthdays. She does weddings. She does parties. She does you name it, she does it. And she also rents her equipment also. Look into her Dream Rental. Check it on my page. She's there. So tonight, my show is very exciting. I've been looking forward to this because this is something that I really don't know too much about myself. So I'm really, really interested to find out about this. I'm going to bring my guest in and let her introduce herself and tell you exactly what it is that she does. Hey, Carol.
Hi.
How are you? How are you?
I am well. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Introduce yourself and let us know exactly what it is that you do.
Okay, so my name is Carolyn Wilson, and I am a certified health, wellness, and life coach. What I do is primarily help people achieve their goals, help them find their greater purpose in life, just kind of work with them, kind of like a sports coach. I kind of cheer you on so that you can get what it is you need to get accomplished. That's primarily what I do.
So let me ask you this right here, because I don't know a lot about life coach. Is a life coach something like a psychiatrist?
Totally different. Different but the same. So what we do is we're supporting the client, right? We're helping the client. But a psychiatrist, a therapist, they are there to deal with mostly the past.
Okay.
A life coach, we deal with the future. So we want to help you get where you want to go. Okay. Oftentimes, a therapist and a life coach, a person will work with them hand in hand because one is helping you get where you need to go, whereas the therapist is helping you deal with past issues or past traumas.
Okay, so you guys have just put a number up on the screen, so anybody who wants to call in and ask Carol any questions, feel free. This number will be going back and forth so that I can also keep up with my comments. But you guys can call in at 917-924-2644. Okay, so let's get started. So, let me get my comments working. So, like I said, I don't really know a whole lot about life coaching, and I was trying to do some research about it. So we're gonna play like a little game because I like for people to get something out of it, and I like to get things out of it. I like to learn myself also. So,
okay,
if I needed to see you as a life coach, how would you help me clarify my goals?
So you come to me and you say, what I normally do is I do an initial consultation. Okay. So that consultation will kind of tell me where you are presently, and where you want to go. So now then as we start to work together, we start to clarify what your goals are, and then we put together tools that you have, but you don't really know that you have. So we put those tools together to get you to get the outcome that you desire. So if you come to me and you say, oh, Carolyn, I'm not happy in my job, I'm really having a difficult time, I can't get organized, then I'll find out what is actually holding you back from, getting the desired outcome that you want. And then we kind of put together a course of action that will get you where you need to be. And it's different for everyone because it depends on where you are.
So I'm laughing because everything that you're just coming out and you're telling me, this is like the questions that I was going to be asking you. I'm like, okay, good. So once you help me to clarify or to find out what my goals are, how do you help me to identify the obstacles that are in my way?
So as we work together, I'm going to be able to start to see a pattern. Um, and we may see it in the first session, we may see it in the fifth session. It just depends. We would I start working with you, I'll start to see or figure out, like, what's going on, and through questions, because so with a life coach, I always give you a homework assignment. So there's
Okay.
something that you're going to do in between from this session to the next session.
Okay.
So you'll tell me, well, I did get this done, I didn't get that done. And then we'll delve deeper to find out, well, what stopped you? What was the obstacles that were in your way? Once we start to pinpoint those obstacles, then we start to work on those. And sometimes it means changing your belief system, because maybe there's something that you don't know is stopping you. Maybe it's some changes in your habits that you need to change. It just depends on the individual.
So now you said that you'll be looking for patterns. What type of patterns would you be looking for?
Well, it depends. So I'll give you an example. So I worked with a client a while back, and I saw that the client was having a problem with getting rid of things. It was just, she became stumped every time it was time to get rid of certain items. And so we were able to pinpoint what her reasons were that was holding her back. Where did that come from? Why are you stuck here that you're having a hard time letting go? So then we use strategies to try to help you move forward. Even for me, sometimes taking things into smaller step zones. Maybe instead of us doing a large amount of things in one session, maybe we'll have to break them down. So it just depends. Everyone's situation is different.
True. So now you're talking about strategies. What type of strategies would you use as far as identifying these obstacles, and not only identifying the obstacle, but breaking through those barriers?
So series of questions, series of exercises, because primarily the client is going to come up with all of the answers. You have the answers. They are basically in your power. So what I do is I try to motivate you to get them out. So it really is about identifying what is holding you back. And then I use a process of what it is that we can use to motivate you to get it done. What's stopping you? What can we put in place to make it easier for you to accomplish the goal? Because it's all based on a plan of action. So a goal without my topic for tomorrow, a goal without a plan of action, it doesn't work. There has to be, you set a goal, and then there has to be a set of a set of things that you put in place to reach that goal, to get that goal accomplished. And sometimes you may try something one way and it doesn't work. So now we have to try to do something different. And sometimes people just have a pattern of belief that they can't do something for whatever reason. And we need to find that out, and then find out what will help get it done for you.
To those of you that have already come in, please press share. If you're on my YouTube, please subscribe if you are on the YouTube. Hey, Dolores, how are you? So now you said that you ask a series of questions. What type of questions do you ask them? Just to get them thinking.
I may ask, and it depends on what it is that this particular client may need. So suppose you were a client that you were not structured. You needed to be a little bit more organized, and maybe that's holding you from accomplishing some things. So first I need to find out, I may ask you, what is it that you can do differently, right? And what is stopping you from, let's say you have a problem getting your mail and you just pop in the mail on the desk. What is stopping you from actually taking that mail at that moment and going through it and then sorting it out right then and there? What is stopping you? If you know that you need to do that to get where you need to go to become more organized, what's stopping you? And then once you find out what's stopping you, well, what can we do to make this happen? What can we do to make this easier for you? Maybe we need to set up a couple of baskets in the front for you. So sometimes it's just about breaking things down for the client, helping them break things down.
I'm laughing because I'm guilty. Like my husband will bring the mail in and he'll lay the mail on the couch. And I come in, I walk straight past it and I don't pick up the mail to read it. And he's like, why do you always leave the mail there? And I don't know why I leave it there. I don't know why I walk past it. But sometimes it is something that I actually need to look
Right.
at.
Right. And once you, sometimes we don't even know that we're doing things. Sometimes it's just a matter of, and that's why the process of questioning is so important, because it allows you to pinpoint, oh, well, why do I do that? Why don't I just pick it up, go through it, and scrap the bad mail and put the good mail in a, so it's thought provoking, thought provoking questions. And then performing certain exercises or giving certain homework tasks to see how much you can accomplish. And but it's different for each client, because each client has something different that they're dealing with. I personally like to work with moms, because that's my area of expertise, working with children. And being a mom, I'm very relatable to being a mom running a business. So I'm very relatable to that. So it's easier for me to work with those type of clients, because I can relate to them.
So you mentioned that you give them exercises to do. All right, now I'm a client now, and I've already told you that I have a problem with walking by and just opening up the mail just to see what it is. How would you help me to overcome that obstacle?
So I think, like I said in the beginning, the first thing we have to do is figure out why it is that you're doing that, and then putting together a plan of action. So our course of action may be, okay, so is it possible? Is it possible that you can go through the mail 3 times a week as opposed to every day? So instead of saying, okay, so this week here, we're going to focus on at least you going through the mail. Can you do this? Is this something that you think is possible? Do you think that you can go through the mail Monday, Friday, and Monday, Wednesday, and Friday? And then we'll get together and I'll say, well, how did that go for you? How was that experience? And either you didn't get it done or you did. And if you did get it done, then you have started to work on accomplishing that goal. If you did not get it done, then we go back to the drawing board and say, okay, well, what was it that stopped you from getting that done? And you may say, well, Monday I was just exhausted and I, couldn't get it done. And so now my question is, well, how important is that for you to really get it done?
Okay. So if I was having problems in a relationship, and you're working with me, how would you work with me towards improving my relationship?
When it comes to couples, which is like my favorite, when it comes to couples, it's all about you guys coming together and working on a set of goals together. So whatever the issues are that are stopping you from accomplishing, because this is all about what your goals are. Are your goals to spend more time together? Is your goal to go out together more? Like, what are your goals? What is it that you're not doing that you would like to do? And so at that point, then we create a plan. Okay, so is it possible that this, and this can happen at least twice a week? So with couples, it's a little different because each person comes in with their own separate belief system, their own sets of habits, and their own sets of emotions and feelings. So it's important that we get together and try to set up goals together as a couple. And once we do that, then we set up activities for you guys to work on during the week. And then at the end, when we do our next session, we come together and figure out, how did that work for you? What worked, what didn't work, and what can we do differently?
Okay. So we did relationship in a career, problems in a career, and I'm trying to adjust or make this work. How will we handle this?
So with careers, it just depends. Sometimes you deal with clients that are looking to change careers. And then it's all about them setting goals, them coming to a conclusion as how important is this? And then setting a plan of action. What is it that you want to achieve? If you say, well, I want to now, say you have I don't know, say you I don't know. Say you was a sanitation worker and now you want to run your own daycare business. Then we have to set up a plan of action as what would you need to do to get that daycare business running, and then set up a plan as to when we will get this done, this done, this done, this done. And then I work with you to get that done. So I'm kind of your accountability partner. So I'm
Okay.
going to hold you accountable for whatever we have set to do for the next week. So I may call my clients once a week just to check on you and see how your week is going, how things are going with whatever goals we set, and then we kind of take it from there. So there's no set plan. A lot of coaches work on like a 12-week um, program because 90 days is enough time to kind of change habits and things like that. But with coaching, there's no set time frame. Some people can get things accomplished in 12 weeks. Some people may need longer. So it just depends, as to what your belief system is, how bad your habits may be, how much we have to change. So it just depends.
So James is asking us, what is the course?
Each coach is different. Some coaches can charge $75 an hour, some coaches can charge $200 an hour. It just depends on what the coach feels that they are worth, how much experience that coach brings to the table, and how much they feel that they can improve on your life. So they're all different. Every coach is different.
So now we're still talking about helping. So I'm in a situation, my day-to-day life, I'm trying to now juggle my day-to-day life, my career, and my relationship. So take me through this right here. How would you handle it?
We have to break that down. We have to figure out what's your initial goal, right? So if your initial goal, you have 3 different goals. We may not be able to work on all 3 at once, but we may find some commonalities in the 3 that we need to work on. So what did you say? Relationship,
career, family, and juggling your day-to-day life.
So the first thing I'm thinking of right off the back is structure. So we need to figure out how you can get some kind of structure going in order to make all of those things work. And this is why I like to work with moms that, have children and things like that, because it's all about structure. So it's about finding time for each and everything, but making yourself the priority. Making yourself a priority, because if you do not make yourself a priority, you are never going to get all of these things accomplished. So my first goal to that client would be self-care.
Okay.
You have to take care of yourself before you can get all these other things done. So once you start to nurture yourself, then we can start to focus on getting the rest of it done.
Okay. So pretty much what you do is you sit down, you listen to me, whoever, and it's more of a self-discovery for that person.
Yes.
And you're like their conscious, you sit on their shoulder to like, okay, I know I'm supposed to be doing this. I know I'm supposed to be doing that. Denise, go ahead.
This is why it's important to do a consultation with your clients to make sure that you both are the right fit for each other, because someone may need, I'm pretty tough with my clients, but someone may need someone that's a little bit more, so this is why you have to get the right coach for you, a person that fits in with who you really are and has the same type of belief system that you have. So I'm sorry, you have a question.
Tina says, whatever direction you choose to build a business, do you have information where we can go to find those programs that we can get started?
So it just depends. If I'm really working with you and that's what our goal is, then I will help you and feed you with as much information as possible. Because as your coach, my initial thing is for you to succeed. If you don't succeed, I have failed. So I'm going to put as many resources in front of you as I possibly can. And that goes for a mom, a business owner, it goes all around, whether they're couples. I'm going to feed you with resources to give you the tools that you need to be successful.
So these different resources, are you let me see, are you connected some way with the city, or these are just resources that you research yourself and you just recommend?
These would be resources that I have done the research on myself. I am a private coach. I don't work for anyone, so I have my own practice. So I have to rely on my own sources. And sometimes I can get resources from people that are in the field with me that I know and that, we have a good connection. It just depends, but you'd be surprised what networking does.
Well, networking is a big thing when it comes down to business.
Yes.
My only other thing now, because I've gone through different scenarios for you to help. So finances, I'm bad with my finances. What do you have to, how can you help me with this?
Finances are not my specialty. They are not my specialty, but I have worked with a client and we set up a budget. But in that instance, I would really refer you and tell you to your next step would probably be to get a financial advisor. Because the most I can do for you is pretty much what I would do for myself, which is set up a budget and try to stick to that budget. And in that, I'm not a you have coaches that deal with finances only, that deal financial coaches that they will sit there and go through your budget with you. You have coaches that specify in that area. I'm math, not my thing.
So let me see. Hold on. James says, are you on call 24 hours for your clients?
I am on call, but not 24 hours. I have not, in my experience, have not had a client that has needed me 20, like in the middle of the night. I have not had that experience. Okay. But if I was working with a client and I knew that there was a possibility that they would need me, then absolutely I would be available. I just haven't had that experience. Usually my client, they may need me or be going through something and they may need to talk to me. And I'm usually pretty available, but it's usually doing, I would say between 8 in the morning and maybe 9 at night. So I'm available. If you call me at 6
long hours though.
Yeah. If you call me at 6 o'clock in the morning and I'm available, I would pick the call up because I'm here for your success, not your failure.
Diane said, but she would get up and talk to you.
Okay. Yeah, I have. I will.
I have one more question to ask you. Why would a person choose or have a need for a life coach?
A person would have a need for a life coach if they feel that they have something they want to accomplish and they just don't know how to go about it. Or if they are just feeling like they know that there's more that they should be doing in their life and they just can't figure out what it is. I just don't know my purpose. I have 4 children and I know that I'm meant to be more than a mom. Or, somebody that is at home and they don't understand why they can't just get themselves structured, why they're always running late for this activity and that activity. Anybody that feels they need someone to hold their hand, someone to pull them through. Because I am, like I said, I am going to be your biggest cheerleader. I need you to succeed because then I have succeeded. So that's the best way I can explain it.
Well, Carol, I thank you very, very much for coming on the show. You gave a lot of good information, a lot of food for thought. Is it any last thing that you want to say before you leave? And if anybody wanted to reach out to you, how could they reach out to you?
So I have a Facebook page, Carol's Coaching Corner. I also have a website, which is carolscoachingcorner.com. And I can be reached by email, which is carolscorner carolscoachingcorner@gmail.com. And you can leave me a message. I would encourage people. I have a YouTube channel where I send out positive motivation every Monday to get your week off to a good start. And that is Carol's Coaching Corner as well. So there are plenty of ways to reach me. I'm here. But thank you so much for having me. This was fun.
No, it was really fun. I got a lot out of it because I don't know, it's things that you don't know about. Someone who's done it, if they can really sit down and break it down to you and explain it to you, it makes a lot of sense.
With a Z. Carol with a Z.
Oh. Thank you. So what they're saying, if you're looking for her with Carol's with an S, you're not going to find it. You have to look for it with a Z. That's the only way that you're going to find it. Okay. I thank you so very much for coming on. I appreciate it. I mean, it made me do some thinking. I think now as I'm walking past this mail, I'm going to start to pick it up, open it up to see what is there. If it's garbage, I'm going to just throw it away. There's no need for me to hold on to it. Carol, thank you so very much for coming through. I really appreciate this. Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay, you guys. So thank you guys very much for coming in to be a part of the show. Like I said at the beginning, tonight's show was sponsored by Dream City Rentals. Check out my girl Alyssa Monique in New Jersey for birthday parties, weddings, anniversary, any type of anything that you may need. She does balloons. She does all different types of things, and she also rents out the equipment. Now I have a call to action for everybody. Yay! Homework. So what I need for you guys to do, if you haven't already done it, is to go to my YouTube channel and subscribe to my Diva-Villege, which is DIVA-VILLEGE, not AGE. I also have a page a site where I also sells merchandise. I still have t-shirts. I have bottles. I still have leg warmers there. I have a couple of hats and scarves left, and I'm about to re-up and get some more merchandise that you guys see. I have some shirts that are coming out. My Mind, My Thoughts collection. You guys know that's my motto, which will be coming out soon too. To check out my merchandise is Demaka, DEMAKA.bandcamp.com. I thank all of you guys for coming in to be a part of this. Anybody who needs any help or needs someone to talk to, please reach out to Carol in Carol's Corner and let her help you. Again, thank you all for joining me, and I'll catch you next week. Good night.